This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2358. This simple, unconventional way to form spending habits so you never have to think about your expenditure again. By Charlie Brown of simpleandstraightforward.substack.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Now let's get right to today's post and continue optimizing your life. This simple, unconventional way to form spending habits so you never have to think about your expenditure again. By Charlie Brown of simpleandstraightforward.substack.com. I can't remember the last time I had to think about how much money I spend on a daily basis. I'm no Rockefeller. My husband and I live on around 40 grand a year between us, which is 30 grand less than the US median. We don't budget, we don't count pennies, and if we want something, we buy it. Our ability to do this boils down to one simple premise, a premise that is used by everyone I know who is of modest to better monetary means and good with money. We listen to our guts, not other people's opinions about where we should spend our money, not advertisements, not societal norms, not our parents or friends, not even our greedy brains when they start to justify where we need insert item here. We listen to what our gut feeling says about every single purchase we make, and we use that gut feeling to inform our spending habits. It turns out that guts need far less than you think, which means you have a shot at having it all. Lucky gut, lucky you. Here's how it works. Step number 1, get to know your gut. If you have even just one toe dipped in the waters of consumerist culture, you probably have a hard time untangling what you actually want, your gut feelings, from what you think you want. Everything does a really good job of convincing us that we need all the stuff. I was recently tempted to buy a new pair of fancy sneakers just because I walked past the fancy sneaker shop with 30% off everything, despite neither needing nor really wanting a new pair. It's what our consumerist society does best, persuading us that we need all the stuff. Advertisers will try to speak to your guts, whispering sweet nothings into its ears about how much better it will feel if only you bought this or that. It's assisted by the fact that purchasing stuff comes with its own little built-in dopamine factory, making you feel temporarily better when presented with a shiny new toy. But your gut knows better. It's that little niggle saying perhaps you don't need to buy the thing. It's the buyer's remorse that hits you even before you whip out your credit card. When it comes to knowing how you should spend your money, your gut knows more than society does. It knows everything. Your gut feeling is the happy little pull in your stomach when you think about something you spent money on that was truly worth it. It's genuine excitement about an upcoming event or experience. It also knows what you don't want. It's the worry when you think about how much an upcoming event is going to cost you. It's that sinking feeling every time you have to part with your $1,000 car payment you wish you'd never committed to. Get to know it and everything changes. Step number 2, use the scariest personal finance tool of all to expose what your gut really wants. Enter stage left the Personal Expenditure Spreadsheet, or PES, also known as the most terrifying personal finance tool out there. The PES knows all your spending secrets, and there's nowhere to hide. It's also the best way to figure out what you truly care about. When I started my own PES, I spent months diligently entering every single penny I spent into its columns, categorizing expenditures like housing, transportation, going out, groceries, clothing, personal grooming, and health. Then I stepped back, stopped looking at the spreadsheet through my fingers, and let my gut do the thinking for me. For every category, I asked my gut, how do you feel about this? Does that number horrify you? Is it enough? Too little even? My charity expenditure was woefully lacking. It's a fascinating exercise in exposing what truly matters to you. For instance, I spent 25% of my entire expenditure on going out for drinks and dinner. That's my thing, one of my 5 simple living pillars. It's what I love to do. Do I feel guilty about it? No, it stays. But when I saw my expenditure on clothing in the first year, I was horrified. My gut said, WTF are you spending so much money on clothing when you only wear the same 2 sweaters and single pair of jeans day in and day out? This is a rip the Band-Aid off kind of exercise. It hurts, but it works. Because once you know where you actually want to spend your money and where you don't, you can start to cut the fluff. Step number 3, use your gut to form sparkling new spending habits. My dirty little secret is I fucking hate forming new habits. They take time and it's painful, and apparently I need hundreds of new ones in order to resemble a productive and relevant human being. But man, am I happy I formed new gut-approved spending ones. It's pretty simple to execute. You cut out areas that your gut has told you simply don't matter to you. If you're lucky, these are small and easily done, like eliminating pointless social engagements or cutting back on your visits to Target or Walmart. Or you might be looking at cutting your big expenditures. It might mean downsizing your car or your home or finding new ways to reduce your grocery bill. Alas, not all habits take a nice, neat 66 days to form. They may take a while. They may be painful. They probably will be. But once they're formed, say hello to step number 4. And step number 4, enjoy spending money whenever you want. Once you've got your spending habits in force, it's like being on spending autopilot. The whole thing runs like a well-oiled machine in the background of your brain. There are no more internal battles about if you can afford X, Y, or Z because you already know. There's no deprivation involved because you form spending habits around what matters to you. You can spend money however you like because you've cut the fluff. Most importantly, your new spending habits keep you in check because you don't want your gut to tick you off for overspending. It will, and it won't be shy about calling you a fucking idiot. After a while, you form spending habits that are not only aligned with your values, but also within your means, which means you can spend exactly how you want without feeling deprived, conflicted, or worried ever again. All because you had the guts to listen to your gut. You just listened to the post titled The Simple, Unconventional Way to Form Spending Habits So You Never Have to Think About Your Expenditure Again by Charlie Brown of simpleandstraightforward.substack.com.
Too late isn't in your vocabulary. Reach your next goal at University of Maryland Global Campus. Get the accredited education you want wherever you are on your own schedule. UMGC offers online degrees and certificates to help you level up your skills. Apply now and save with no application fee through May 31st. For more than 75 years, UMGC has been transforming adult lives. Access online courses, faster onboarding, and success coaches that help you along the way. Plus, UMGC makes an accredited online education more affordable than ever with scholarships, interest-free payment plan, and no-cost digital resources in place of most textbooks. Choose from more than 125 degree and certificate programs in career-relevant fields and receive lifetime career services at no additional cost. Gain skills local employers are looking for in business, cyber, IT, healthcare, and more. Get started on your undergraduate or graduate degree or certificate online. No application fee if you apply by May 31st. Learn more at umgc.edu/podcast. Certified to operate by Chev.
It might not always be talked about, but one of the biggest concerns for business owners is keeping their companies safe. Improve your company's cybersecurity with our sponsor, NordLocker. Now with NordLocker Business, you can secure and control your business data in an end-to-end encrypted cloud. See and manage the organization's data via your admin panel. Your business data stays protected from data leaks, ransomware, and theft. Thanks to NordLocker Business, you're able to manage members in the organization, inviting, suspending, or deleting users. You can also set up roles, user, owner, or admin, to make sure that data is only accessible by the right people. And not to mention, you can check and manage your license limit and the number of currently active users, access business settings, and control file sharing outside your organization and recover your account. It's time to make sure your company is protected. See NordLocker Business in action now with a 3-month free trial by visiting nordlocker.com/creators with code OFD. That's a 3-month free trial when you visit nordlocker.com/creators and use code OFD. Something that's really sad to me about consumerism is that the entire model hinges on advertisers making you feel inadequate. Before they can sell you the eye cream, they first need to convince you that the wrinkles around your eyes are a problem. Compound that idea over the many things that we buy, and not only will this make us broke, but we'll also feel like about ourselves. What if strengthening our self-confidence and internal compass is a way to fight back against the advertisers. I love this advice to follow your gut when it comes to spending because it requires that you strengthen your sense of self. It requires that you question if you want what you want because you actually do want it, or if it's because society has trained you to want it. We've also been conditioned to connect our self-worth to the material possessions we have. You can change this by recognizing that there is no material possession you can buy that's going to make you feel better about yourself. Improving your self-worth comes from learning to enjoy your own company and investing as much time as possible in self-care. I do this through reading, journaling, meditation, hot yoga, long walks, affirmations, time with loved ones, and focusing on improving my sleep. And I spend very little money on these activities. But that should do it for today. Have a happy rest of your day, and I'll see you on the Thursday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.